I tend to like the Seahawks and probably lay the points.
I'm on the Patriots money line.
If you're betting the Patriots, you're making a quarterback bet. It's Joe Brady, man. Joe Brady, head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
You know what it feels like to me? Vermeil, Dunn, and Mike March stepping in.
And yeah, I do like Bill. I am partial to – I played for Bill. You can't argue with the fact. I've never seen a coach, like I said, that could walk around a field and coach every position better than the position coach. White Steve.
Gentlemen.
What's up, dude?
I like to take my hat off and congratulate Macon.
Oh, yeah, man. I like to take my glasses off and congratulate Macon.
Whoa, who is that guy?
It's a guy getting harmful blue light into his eyes.
Come on, dude. Tighten it up.
We're not going to continue with that.
What were you saying, Chris?
Say again?
You were in the middle of saying something?
I was saying I'm getting harmful blue light in my eyes. I'll get there in a second. And I know some people just can't stand it. They don't like these glasses. They don't think it's professional. Well, you can all kiss my ass. I'm avoiding depression, sleep disturbances.
Nice.
And a whole host of other ailments. Macon, congratulations.
Oh.
You, I mean, it's really remarkable how good you are at props. Now, you're good generally winning the league, but 5-0 when we had to pull a bunch of props out of our asses, and I'm sitting there thinking, hey, I'm 4-1. I'm sitting there tracking my bets thinking I got this thing in the bag. The guy doesn't lose. 5-0 to finish the season. He's what, 57, 58% on the year?
How many wins?
60.
Okay.
60 wins. Guy, it's like winning the home run title back in the day.
What was your record? 60 and what?
60, 42, and 3.
Wow.
He was cooking.
Dude.
He was cooking.
Thank you, guys.
So we picked 104 games. Is that right?
Yeah.
105.
105.
Steve.
Okay.
And I would like to point out that we probably picked them better as a group than any other major podcast.
Yeah, I had to do it just because Macon would do the same thing to me, and I just went opposite of every one of his picks.
You got fucked.
Yeah. It's fine.
So you're not owning your offer.
Dude, his offer was totally predicated on just taking the other side.
I had to do it to go against you to win.
Oh, I'm sorry, players, but when I take over Kenneth Walker receiving yards, I get yelled at for gaming the system.
You get yelled at every pick.
You do, yeah. You kind of wear that whole thing out,
weeks.
dude.
You're not used to it.
Yeah,
oblivious.
Hey, congratulations!
Yeah, we're trying to congratulate you.
I had a great time. Thank you for the occasion. Thanks for everybody who made this happen.
Well, we got the party at the Super Bowl, right?
Yes. What did I call it?
What did you call it? It was great.
Here we go. We gotta look for the backdoor cover group chat here.
Yeah. You know what, Chris, too? Ever since he did that song, it all flipped.
It is true. I mean, I wasn't up by that much.
No, but it was the tides turned. The kitchen.
Heavy as the head that wears the crown. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. Macon, you're about to feel what that's like on your neck, dude.
We all have a title now, right?
Yeah, I think we all have a title now.
So you say. Yeah.
Now, Steve said in the group text, "Congrats, Macon. When do you get to San Francisco?" I said, "Yeah, there's a ceremony." Oh, this is good because this rhymes. I said, "Winner's dinner." And Macon goes, LOL. Who the fuck types LOL?
Yeah, seriously.
I type LOL.
That doesn't answer the question.
Losers online is what that stands for.
There we go.
Steve said, LOL doesn't answer the question. I said, it's like catching the Frisbee in Can Jam. For those of you who play Can Jam, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, you've won, but attending the winner dinner consummates the championship. Macon, you got to come to San Francisco or else that banner's hanging in Never Never Land or something. I don't know where we're going to put it.
Would San Francisco be at all like New Orleans when I ride on the same airplane as Steve to the site, and then I see him for lunch for about 10 minutes, and then I ask him what he's doing the rest of the day, and it's, well, I'm going to the Excel party, and then I'm going to the CAA party, and then I'm meeting my agent for a drink, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow or the day after that. and there just doesn't end up being much fellowship. I dare I say, winner's dinner isn't actually on the itinerary for the week.
Oh, I think it is.
I believe it is.
Steve, would you commit to having some dinner?
Tuesday night, yeah.
Tuesday night? That sounds
Tuesday
fucking
night.
great, dude.
After the Pro Bowl.
That sounds
Tuesday
great.
night.
Yeah.
The Pro Bowl, that's where all the best players play.
Hey, ding dongs.
Where the players play.
This independent contractor lost 3 days a week, 3 days of work this week due to snow and ice. So I can't roll out to San Francisco on a Tuesday.
You weren't going to come after you got on that plane home from New Orleans last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest.
I'm still feeling that.
Steve.
Yo.
San Francisco Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How do we feel?
Sounds
really hyped about it.
No,
it's where he went to college.
No, it's not. It's too spread out. I don't like the idea how we sell the idea of the Golden Gate Bridge, and the game is played almost. Time wise, you could drive 100 miles in the time it's going to take you to get from San Francisco to that concrete monster Levi's in Santa Clara.
That place is soulless.
Yeah, it's brutal. And what was crazy was it was sold out being there for an Alabama Clemson game. And it just, like, of all the Alabama Clemson games I've been at, and, Phoenix and New Orleans and Tampa was awesome. It doesn't do it for me. And then you factor in the pain in the ass that the Super Bowl is. It just a lot of logistics that don't need to be. I thought New Orleans is perfect. You could walk everywhere. You see a lot more people, and I get it, Macon. It's hard. And Chris, you've done it long enough, and you're planning to be like on time for things is probably not your strength, but this only complicates it. So I wonder if
30 minutes early for this podcast.
Whoa. Okay.
Me too.
I told the guys it was 4:30, and I told you it was
me 5.
That's how early we are.
But you know how it is. We get there and, we figure it out. I mean, some of the best nights are finding a hotel lobby bar and just hanging out there.
I'm kind of excited that it's spread out, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of built-in excuses not to make it wherever people need you to go.
Yeah.
We are staying in the Marina District. Is that right?
You guys are set.
Yeah, and we're going to be near the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah. You should have a beautiful view of it.
Wednesday, I'm going to see the Golden Gate Bridge.
Are you?
Me and that bridge are having a stare down, dude.
I just want to give you a little tip here, and I think this might intrigue Reed and the boys because they are very adventurous. There was a group of guys that would take turns, and they would drive to the Golden Gate Bridge, and there's a ladder, and they would brown bag it, and they would go up to the top of the bridge and eat lunch.
What?
Yeah.
When was this?
Oh, in college.
Dude, this is 2026. They're not going to let you do that.
Yeah, especially Super Bowl week. So
yeah,
when you go over there, drive across. There's the perch right after you get over it. It's pretty cool. But I mean, if you haven't done, we talked about this, I think a couple weeks ago, just the idea of Alcatraz. That thing is, when you see it, man. I mean, everybody's seen the movie The Rock, and I thought that did it justice. But when you're in it for those night tours, you just start thinking about like the realness that place is.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Or whatever the fuck he said, dude.
And if you keep going over to Golden Gate Bridge, San Quentin's up there. We used to go do some speeches to the men in the jail there. That was an eye-opening experience. So
we might
go
straight, but they say it's like an hour by boat both ways, and that seems like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Don't get on a boat in the bay.
Why?
You're wasting time.
To get to Alcatraz?
Oh no, Alcatraz, yeah.
I was like, what do you want me to drive my Uber out there?
I thought you meant going over and around and checking out Santa Rosa and all that. Like, just get in a car and just do it.
Is there somewhere I can see a shark, a great white shark?
Well, if it's still the deal, like Fisherman's Wharf towards the marina, there's a bunch of piers, and the things that are crazy. I remember getting on the tour for the Alcatraz, and it was the most seals I've ever seen in my life. And I'm thinking all the seals were on shore because they were scared to death of what was in the water.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
But I mean, then you start thinking about that Ironman triathlon that starts at Alcatraz and they swim.
Those people are insane.
And biking and running in that city, buddy, do it. But don't waste your time going to Lombard Street. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Okay.
You guys are where everybody wants to be in the marina. You got it all there, and it's really cool.
That's great. That's awesome. We can't wait, sort of.
Hey,
and
guys, I have an uncle called Dave in Portola Valley.
Oh, that's Stanford country.
Where's Portola Valley?
You know anything about Portola Valley?
Oh, yeah. One of the best bars on the West Coast is Chris would be in love with this place. It's called Zot's, Rosati's Alpine Inn. And back in the day, they've upped it. They put TVs outside, but it used to just be picnic benches, and they only serve 40s and 32s. And we would go out there after. That was our spring ball spot. After spring game, we'd go there. It's incredible. It's like the picnic benches are from the 70s. Like, they haven't put much money into it. And, hot dogs, burgers, and big old 32s, man. The big mouse.
What's it called?
You look at Rosati's Alpine Inn.
Rosati's Alpine Inn.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best place in the world.
Okay.
Steve, when are you leaving?
That's where I'll be going Wednesday.
You will?
Yeah. I'm going to go to Stanford plays Clemson Wednesday night in hoops, so I'm going to hopefully have some toes on the wood.
You're going to do some of that. You're going to do some of the –
No, we got to worry about Steve's our team.
Home.
No.
Hey, what if I hopped on a bird, say, Friday?
I'll be in Los Angeles.
By Friday, nobody has any more energy, dude.
Friday's the worst possible idea you've ever had.
Yeah.
Willing to come
Friday of the Super Bowl is awful.
Yeah. Anything else?
Okay. Well, I don't know that we want to move off the gambling quite yet.
No. I mean, you're right. We're still talking about the gambling in your title, and since we're not making picks, looking ahead right now, last I saw the line was 4.5, kind of sitting right there. Is that the case still?
Yeah.
I think that is the case. Hey, before we get there, Tan Man, I nearly forgot. Why don't you play the song?
Steve tried to fade, thought he had me in his sight. But I'm a monster on the slate of terror in the night. Bow down to Macon, I'm the one they're fearing. While the 5-0 sweep is all the fans are hearing. I'm surgical with it, I don't need a prayer of Parkinson, overhauling yards through the air. Chris took the silver, every pick was a miss. He's looking at the goal like how'd it come to this. Steve took the bronze, yeah, he's trailing the lead, riding with the best, shout out Cavalry. I left them both stunned, yeah, the silence is thick. I guess Macon didn't know who to pick. No bad beats here, just a straight up clinic. The back door closed, and I passed the ass.
Thank you, guys.
Oh.
Dude, honestly, it's scary how easily
Careful.
you can make a country banger on AI.
Dog, Calbs delivered me this beautiful mic about a half hour ago, and then he recommended I put together a little ditty, and that's how quickly it can happen.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. You just say country, and it
Yeah.
goes.
Country voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'll say it once more.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.
And when I see you in like a month, I'll probably shake your hand and say congratulations again.
I'm really thinking about this Friday San Francisco flight. So,
Dog, that would be like the dumbest thing ever. You'd get to the Airbnb and everybody would be like, "Good to see you." Like, cool, man.
Yeah,
fuck,
Friday.
this was worth it. Fucking 12 hours in the air just to be like, I gotta get here. Saturday last year in New Orleans, dude, we had this Smirnoff appearance with Flow Rider.
Oh,
And
I remember waking up and seeing you guys there. It was like 90 degrees outside. I'm
was
like,
sweating.
These guys are built different.
Units and units of alcohol. Just thinking we were leaving straight from that thing to go to the airport and leave. And I got to tell you, Saturday is kind of that weird day where you're like, all right, I finished drinking, but I could easily start again. People seem to be having so much fun because you get the wave of people that come in for the weekend and they breathe a little excitement into the deal. That's not going to be you, Macon. You're all or nothing, bro. You got to come Tuesday or, just stay home, man.
It's like almost Tuesday right now.
You're right.
Tuesday.
Right.
That flight is long too, man.
I know. Sucks. Don't remind me. All right. We've been going long enough. We've been 20 minutes of here. When we're talking about the game though, 4.5.
Yeah.
I tend to like the Seahawks, and if somebody did put a gun to my head, I'd probably lay the points.
Wow.
I don't know how you feel about that, Steve. We can talk about props and that sort of thing, but generally, what's your read?
I'm on the Patriots money line.
Money line.
Just because of the recency bias, what they look like compared to what Seattle looked like. It's one game. It's 2 weeks. I look at the idea of the Patriots offense and, being around them and knowing like the capability of Travion Henderson, say, right? And Travion, I thought, was awesome at Ohio State and pass pro, and he's had some lapses this year. And I think the dynamic of him against Denver, you saw his usage rate go way down. And because of Denver blitzing, like they did and being as dominant as they were, I thought that was a reason. I feel like he's in a big uptick towards getting more snaps this week. He's as dynamic as there is. And I think he brings a lot to the table in a matchup like this. If you want to spread him out, if you want to get Drake going in the run game, Travion could catch it and he could run it. I get Seattle's, superiority on the defensive side and what they do. Eamon Worry has been unbelievable.
That's unreal.
I made point just about the idea of, we've seen running backs, get more notoriety lately in the league with Saquon, taking that, and McCaffrey, and we've seen an uptick in running backs. I wonder if Eamon Worry is going to do that for safeties. I watched, Caleb Downs for his career. He's floating around in top 10 in mock drafts. He's an absolute football player. And I wonder, now Eamon Worry had the whole package. He tore it up at the combine, and he's just as the guys in the locker room used to call Deshaun Foster as a true freshman, we call him the Ultra Beast. Like when you're an Ultra Beast, you stick out. So I just the idea that the Patriots aren't going to be afraid of anything, I still think Diggs is a problem. Hollins, made some plays, and I like the Patriots defense. I like their secondary a hell of a lot more than what the Rams put on. And I get it. The Rams were down guys, and giving guys second chances. So I look at the underdog mentality. I look at Drake knowing he has to play well and being here. So that's why I'm going with the Patriots.
Well, you said it about Eamon Worry. I think, he's kind of their Kyle Hamilton, man. Like, and I went as far as saying the other day, I think I know who the best defensive player on that team is the next decade. It's hard. Now on the current roster, I mean, there's a lot of, guys you brought from elsewhere.
Murphy's going to be there a while.
Tank, Leonard, Ernest. Those are like some of your core players that came from other places and that sort of thing, and they're vets. I just can't imagine a guy being more important to that defense in the near future when you have a guy like that. Mm-hmm. It really does allow you to do whatever the fuck you want. And yeah, I see where you're coming from. You and Mattress Mac.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's on. So yeah, you and Mattress Mac are on the Pats money line.
I know that.
On the Pats money line.
I do feel like Mattress Mac now that you said he's on that side too.
I think it all, I said this on the show the other day. I think it all comes down to how Darnold handles pressure.
Correct.
And there's some people that are going to say, and I don't understand these people, but people are going to say, well, the national media is still enamored with talking about Darnold's inefficiencies. We really like Sam Darnold. He played out of his mind the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm taking the Seahawks. And in fact, I'm giving him out. So I think he's going to play fine. But he has not been great against the blitz this year.
Yeah.
I think against the blitz, he's 25th in rating compared to, 101.6 rating when he's not blitz. I think he's like 81 or something like that. That's a big delta. And Core's been dialing it up. So,
yeah,
I think that's a pretty obvious take on what has to happen for Seattle's offense. I think for the Patriots offense, it's going to be about how do you manufacture your version of a run game in this football game? Because I think the biggest advantage is the front in the run game against these guys. It's not a disadvantage like you had against Houston in the pass game. This isn't as dominant a pure one-on-one winning pass rush unit. But what they can do is they can bludgeon you in the run game. And so where are you going to get that run production? Against Houston, who's also a top 5 run defense, they carried the ball 32 times. I mean, part of that was the weather. Part of that was being up in the football game. They're going to find a way to stick to it. I wonder how they're going to do it. And I think for the bettors out there, it's all about the matchups outside, like Gonzalez on JSN, Marcus Jones on Cup. The reason I love the Shaheed props is just that he's going to get their third best cover guy a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and I also threw in a long shot bouncing around here on Shaheed Super Bowl MVP. I think that's a fun one because I think this game is ugly. I think it's lower scoring, I would think. And in a game like that, one kick return, and all of a sudden you're standing up there with a fucking Toyota Tundra, dude, or whatever it is at the end of the football game. So I like Shaheed. I think he's a key to the game. I think the Patriots run game, just being able to do something so you're not so one-dimensional. And then the explosives.
That's
the explosives for Seattle's defense. Now, this is the Rams, but in the last 2 games against the Rams, I think they gave up like 21 explosives, and we saw that. And it is Devontae Adams and it is Puka Nacua, but it's still a lot of explosives, and there's a lot of good tape on that.
Mm-hmm. The other thing, just about Eamon Worry, there was a sequence right around the 50-yard line when there was a possible fumble, but they ruled him down, and he picked it up and ran it to the end zone. And I'm like, how he's not even running hard, and he got there in seconds. Like he was just gliding.
Same thing, dude.
He was gliding.
I was like, put in a package to give him the football. It looks too good. It looks too good.
Yeah, there's also a sequence. He made 3 straight pass breakups. I thought the one on Devontae might have been PI. He got there early. But no, he's a freakazoid. The other thing, Chris, and I'm sure you're going to talk about this and having guys on all week that have the experience. McDaniels has been here so many times, man.
That's a big one.
Like, I think that's enormous. With a young quarterback, knowing that how much Drake can bring to the table as far as giving you versatility in the run game. You want to go short screens. You want to use that pressure against them. Patriots are going to have everything in the bag. And again, as the underdog, Vrabel's going to bring everything to the table, which is another factor I consider because I think that much of the guy. And McDonald won't sleep for 2 weeks.
No.
Knowing what's coming. So,
well, think about it. He just had McVay. They had to deal with McVay. Yeah. Now you go to Josh McDaniels, guys with a ton of playoff experience. And I thought, honestly, last week, McDonald made some interesting decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they played a lot of man coverage. They won on 3rd down, which is huge. I mean, you talk about like playing a guy who's been in the playoffs, made deep runs. Like these are the money downs. You'd think McVay would have the advantage. Especially with having Devontae back and everything, but McDonald found a way to win those spots with the players on the field. And I think Josh McDaniels and that whole thing scares the fuck out of me for sure. I also think there is enough smoke with the Drake Maye thing. And I think Drake Maye is a stud. I don't know how many times I need to fucking say this. I disagree.
Everybody says the same thing.
I disagree with Cam Newton on the he said something effective. It's giving Trent Dilfer vibes. I disagree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
I don't know how many quarterbacks, and he hasn't played great in the playoffs. Okay. But how many quarterbacks have had a tougher gauntlet of defenses leading up to and into the Super Bowl? These are all top 5 defenses that he's played so far. And I also think what's interesting about it is when you went back and looked at, like, say, a July ranking of the wide receiving cores around the league, where do you think consensus New England was rated?
Oh, God.
31st. I looked it up on a PFF website. That's one
30.
website. But ahead of only the Cleveland Browns. So, I'm not going to take anything away from Drake, and obviously the defense has kind of led the way. But you got to remember, New England's dynasty was not always about fireworks, dude. And if you're looking at the second installment of it, there are some parallels to the 2001 deal, right?
Absolutely.
Where the way this team has had to play. So I think this is – I don't want to take anything away from Drake Maye, but in this second season where he's garnered a lot of attention for MVP, rightfully so, and I would argue if it's a fucking – I would give it to him because I didn't think Stafford played that well down the stretch. I don't know that he played his best ball against good football teams. And there were stats that support that against winning teams, a lot more pedestrian. This is going to be a different kind of group. And I do think if you're betting the Patriots, you're making a quarterback bet.
Yeah.
You're making a quarterback bet. And you're also probably making a head coach bet because I think Vrabel is such a stud in these situations. Another thing that's fun, Steve and Make, is no matter who's at the, in the winner's circle at the end of this football game, you're going to have a defensive guy holding that trophy at head coach. And the last time we had somebody like that holding a trophy was honestly Pete Carroll. It was Pete Carroll back in like 2014, I think. I think you got to go that far back. Nick Sirianni, not an offensive coordinator, but he's an offensive guy. Okay, they win the Super Bowl last year, but you got to go back a ways, dude. And you had that run on non-offensive minds winning Super Bowls. You had Harbaugh win one. But I think it's a lot of fun for the other defensive coaches in the league to look at this thing. I said Mike McDonald, he's got a lot of fans along the way on this run, probably. A lot of these DCs, the mentors and people like that who are probably going to get their jobs anyways. But this is a positive trend for defensive coaches, man.
Agreed. I also, a big factor in McDonald, which I was super impressed by, is he just said, Kubiak, go ahead. Do whatever you want.
Yes.
Because that was an offense. I mean, that last third down where they get the PI on Kupp, like, I was shocked. Yeah. I didn't think they were going to throw the football there. And then what they do, and how they run it, with that rollout, like, that's a risky play. And the only way you do that is you have monster trust in your quarterback.
They believed in Sam. Yeah. That last drive, and you had to flip the field. I thought that was like the final step in that football game of like, okay, you got to put away, including 3rd and long. He gets leveled by Fisk on a QB keep and trusting him to just handle the football at midfield. So I thought Kubiak, my big takeaway from that game was like that offense was super fucking creative. And I thought Kubiak was going to be the next Bills head coach. Obviously, it went in a different direction. You asked earlier, why do you think Arizona's kind of not talking much about what's going on with their head coaching vacancy? Well, maybe, as you put it, maybe it's a guy who's involved in the Super Bowl. I think the guy is Kubiak, man. This guy, the way he coached the other day, I thought the concepts in that game were fucking fantastic. I love the JS said in the backfield, in the red zone, go scissors. You had a ton of really intentional motion. You had
double
the way he's moving the pieces around on his offense, man. It's just like he just seems like a great coach, and I love what he did in New Orleans. So it's great to see a full year of it.
Mm-hmm. Macon, who would you hire if you're the Cardinals?
Chris Shula.
Okay.
Seems like Burnett just burnt your house down, and now you're new Burnett's moving in.
Potentially. Listen, I love the under, Chris. It sounds like you do too.
I do.
In large part because I think Christian Gonzalez is a top 3 player in this game, as is JSN. Top 5? Will you give me top 5? And I don't think anybody's really taken away JSN. I don't know if Stingley followed him around or not. He had a big game against Houston. But I don't think he's going to have the freedom that he had last week against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are the tease god and you want to go up to under 51.5, are you more comfortable Seattle plus 1.5 or New England plus 10.5?
Well, Seattle, if I'm teasing, I think Seattle is going to be my plus 2.5 at that point. And then I'll probably buy to 3. So if
it'd be 1.5. It'd be 1.5.
Plus 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you moving 6 points there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 1.5. So I would look at it like this. I can't buy to 3, and I'm not adhering to the Wong method, as y'all know, very important to your boy. I would probably, knowing I'm betting the Seahawks, I'd go the other way, and I try to hit it in the middle, because this does feel like a 20-16 game. Now, you could get out there, and the problem is the Pats have had to deal with great defenses, which they're going to keep dealing with, and inclement weather in the playoffs. And you know, the Seahawks, they had that big offensive explosion last week. I don't think people realize how pedestrian the Rams defense looked to me towards the end of the season. Ever since Quentin Lake left the field, and then they lose Witherspoon. And I said this, Steve, I don't know if you agree, but I think the front, we got a little out over our skis with that front, where it's not the Giants front that could take over a Super Bowl.
Especially when Byron wasn't 100%.
Yes.
I thought that was enormous.
Oh, we got some breaking news. Reed's coming in with breaking news.
We've got a new offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, Sean Mannion.
Sean Mannion?
Sean Mannion.
Like
my old teammate?
Like Beavers? Yep. Oregon State?
Oregon State, Sean Mannion.
Sean Mannion.
33 years old.
Big boy.
Wow. They're going to walk all over him, huh?
He's interviewed twice already for the Eagles OC job, and he was at Green Bay.
6'6",
so he was a
230.
QB coach great dude. Sean Mannion, great dude. Fucking great teammate. Haven't talked to him in years.
Hit him up, dude.
Don't anticipate talking to him anytime soon because of what I'm about to say about the job. But somebody asked me today, would you be more like, if you were an offensive coordinator, would you take the Broncos OC job or would you take the Eagles OC job? And I said the Broncos. Well, I mean, what say y'all? And it has nothing to do, for the very simple-minded, it is not a quarterback thing. This isn't just a do you like Bo Nix or do you like Jalen Hurts thing.
You're just saying because of how hot the kitchen can get.
That kitchen is hot.
Mm-hmm.
And in Philly, it feels like the back end of a window. In Denver, it feels like the window flung open a little bit. They missed their opportunity this year because of Bo Nix's ankle. I also think
Denver, it feels like you're not actually doing the job, though.
But you're going to get all the credit. Look with the Davis Webb, and I hear great things about Davis Webb. Okay, but like, you might get a fucking head coaching job if the Broncos are back in that game again next year, and you're the OC. Like, you're coaching under Sean Payton. You've got a great offensive line. I think the Eagles, we got to answer some questions about the offensive line coming in next season. Like, the tackles are fucking awesome, but if you don't have that core three in the middle, it's not what it was. And also, Saquon's a year older. You know, A.J. Brown, we'll see what happens with that. Dallas Goedert's going to have to walk. I'm sure I'm forgetting some other factors that, and the trend is that you either get a great job or it's like a career suicide type deal to be an OC. It's Russian roulette being an OC in Philly over the last 5 years.
He's not that far removed from playing, isn't he?
I think he played till
2023 was his last season.
Wow.
He's actually with the Seahawks.
Straight to Green Bay as an offensive assistant in 24, quarterbacks coach in 25.
Am I being unfair?
No.
I think there's a lot of concerns there. To me, the best way I can describe it, I just fumbled into this, is it is like Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
Denver seems safer. But if you're 33 and you have a chance to be an OC in the NFL, I ain't going to stop you from taking the damn job. You still have one of the best offensive line coaches in football this generation, Jeff Stoutland. You've got a head coach who's a Super Bowl winner in Nick Sirianni. You got a quarterback who's a Super Bowl winner. I do think, though, next year might be kind of hectic there.
Gotcha. I totally agree with what you're saying because it's kind of like the Doug deal. Like Doug was how far removed from a Super Bowl win, and then it was just like, that's it. He can't do it anymore. Got to move on. Who's next? This and that. And like only there does it happen. And when I just think of what's the show everybody loves on Hulu that the chef, the kid from Shameless, what's the Bear. The Bear. Like those kitchen scenes, like that's what it feels like Philly's going to be.
I got to see that show, huh?
I watched the first season. It was pretty good.
Everybody
crazy.
says good.
Yeah,
it's terrific.
Good. Yeah.
I'm rooting for Sean, obviously, because now he's an Eagles coach and everything. It's a pressure cooker kind of situation. And I do think the window you're on the back end of the window with the roster.
You mentioned Goddard walking. That's where I would look at this offense is getting some fresh blood in at that position. I mean, watching these teams and what they do with moving the tight ends and playing so much more 12 personnel, even teams going to 13, like to help on the edge and get Jalen rolling out and giving easy throws. Like that's what I would look towards. I mean, Stoutland is the best offensive line coach I've ever seen, and he still has plenty of stuff with how long he's been around that he'll have stuff O-line wise. But I look at that as where possibly a way the Eagles can fine-tune things and give you some window dressing in addressing the tight end situation, because I'm telling you, man, there is so much talent out there and they're up and coming, and there's guys all over the place. So that's where I would look at if I was the Eagles to tinker with the offense. I think it's
here's the thing, and I think they need a slot receiver. I think that's something they've needed, and it kind of gets overshadowed by the fact that like you've got two all-pro type wide receivers outside.
Yep.
But I'm wondering what Adam Schefter was hinting at when he got on 97.5 Fanatic in Philly. And he said, I'll tell you what he said. Hold on. Can you hear this?
Next week, maybe reacting to an OC hired in Philadelphia. Maybe the smoke will come out of NovaCare. We'll find out soon.
And maybe it'll be even more than that by next week.
Yeah. Will A.J. Brown be traded?
It's not an A.J. Brown. It's not an A.J. Brown trade because I think we ran the numbers on this.
I don't see how they trade him.
The A.J. Brown trade wouldn't happen until the summer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling the contract up right now.
There he is.
I think he's a post-June 1 trade.
Yeah, if they were to do it, they would want to designate post-June 1. That would be the best that would be the most fiscally responsible way to do it.
Okay, so go ahead and fucking process of elimination. Schefter, when he teases something like that, what it would have to be either one of your best players,
retirement.
A
retirement
by a player.
Yeah.
I got worse suspicions than that. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
It's been a very good defensive football team the last couple of years. So I'll just say that. Listen, I got concerns about a few things. Anyways, that was some breaking news. So
Steve, how good is Sadiq, the Oregon tight end?
Not to be biased, but I don't think I've ever seen a player look better in a uniform.
You do love the
way he wears his uniform
cut
is
of
stupid. I'm
jibs.
dying to see what he runs. He's not. It's kind of crazy. He's not this tall, crazy athletic dude. He's strong. He's fat. He's as close to a running back as you could have at the tight end position. And he'll bust your ass running up to see him. I'll tell you that. So he's got versatility. He's going to be the first guy going. But there's plenty of others. There's a bunch at the Senior Bowl this week that I really, really like that can help offenses. So I see him going pretty high. But I also that second day, third day, there's going to be guys that are going to come in and help your offense right from the get.
Well, again, you look at kind of what, and I don't know, Mannion, he doesn't have a long resume to draw from, but he was in Green Bay.
Yep.
So you think about what is it that they would do? What would LaFleur do differently? You think about some of the staples of that offense. Some of the things I loved about that offense. One of the things I love about what Matt does is he gets you. He will undress a defense.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he does it through motion, through shifts. You get good perimeter run game, ideally. Quarterback, I would say on a spectrum of quarterback friendly and difficult, I would say it's quarterback friendly. So everything lines up ideologically, but let's see how much change that Nick and Jalen are willing to go through offensively this season. It doesn't sound like a 33-year-old guy who's never called plays. Doesn't sound like he's going to be throwing his weight around. So
yeah, it's
a little bit.
Sal Powell fired up. One. Sal Powell will have plenty of hits from Eagles camp.
What did Sal Powell have to say about the hire?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure.
Can we read? What are some of the reactions? Let me look it up. Sean Mannion.
The Green Bay fans would have rathered Mannion as coordinator than who they had. There seemed to be a fight for Mannion when his career was over between Chicago and Green Bay, maybe even LA. He's sought after for some reason.
Okay, so you have optimistic responses under the team announcement, like we got the next McVay and LaFleur. Great, someone who never called plays. Get ready to just be another punching bag, buddy. I'm looking for one that's like I'm going to jump off the Betsy Ross bridge.
How about this one? This is from John Clark about 30 seconds ago. The last time the Eagles hired a quarterbacks coach from Green Bay, Andy Reid 27 years ago.
That's good. That's good. I mean, it's John Clark. You basically found Andy Reid. Okay.
If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code GREENLIGHT and you will get up to a $1,500 new player offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. Just download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code GREENLIGHT. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. If that bet loses, you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Then get access to second chance promos, odds boost tokens, same game parlays, and so much more throughout the entire football playoffs. BetMGM, make it legendary.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. We're bringing you all the big news as we count down to the big moment. And speaking of big news, Zone Nicotine pouches will be adding a brand new flavor to their roster. All I can say is intensity and flavor are about to get spicier. So stay tuned as we announce the new addition to the Zone lineup this week. Want Zone pouches at discount, mailed right to your door? Get 20% off at nicokick.com/zone when you use promo code GL20. How about props you like in this game, guys, before we pick back up on this coaching carousel thing?
I have a dumb one that I like. Macon brought up the idea a couple weeks ago of the highest receiver and going under. I look at JSN under receiving yards.
What's that number?
I think it's creeping towards 100.
Dude, it is so high. His receiving yards are always so high.
I mean, he was incredible. It's real. Guys, we've done this, 20? We've done it for years. Like the hardest thing to do is forget what a team looks like the week prior. And he was Superman in that NFC Championship game. I just don't see that happening again with 2 weeks to prepare. I mentioned Travion Henderson. I took a shot at him at MVP. I look at him as over in rush and receive. It's not high at all. He could do that in one play with his capability. And then just because I love him, AJ Barner anytime touchdown is in I think it's north of plus 250. I think that dude's awesome. And that's a totally biased pick. What else?
Like I said, I love Shaheed props this game, and I love Stevenson receptions. I'm sure that's a lower number, maybe two or three, 2.5, 3.5, something like that. I think you look at Houston where the run game was. They made an effort, but it wasn't probably the. I think he had like 4 or 5 catches in that game.
Travion's receiving and rushing combined is 23.5.
Wow, it only takes one.
I know. That's like he has that capability.
Yeah, but also you got to figure they're all thinking everybody's looking at that number the same way.
I just think the usage. They have been so hard to figure out all year. It's been a 3-week span of Ramondre. It's been a 3-week span of Trevion. The other one I was thinking about just seeing how it was the first game we got with no Charbonnet was Kenneth Walker, obviously balling out and using an opportunity, but Halani on third downs was the guy.
Buddy, that's the one.
He catches the ball on that screen. He runs for.
He didn't turn his head fast enough.
Yeah, that ball was
Sam threw it a little fast.
Yeah, it was a fastball, and he threw it too quick.
Holani's receiving yards is my favorite one on the board. It's 8.5. That's an over. That's a lock. I love that. He didn't have any time to prepare. Now he has 2 weeks.
No, yeah.
Wow, Kenneth Walker. Oh, that's
Drake Maye under 1.5 touchdowns. That was a lock last week. You guys were like, what?
No, Steve was like, what? I was like, what? The other way, what?
Like, what? How'd you get such a great pick? Yeah.
Exactly.
Did we find Nolan's burner account about the Mannion hire? I'd love to know what that thing's saying.
I got a couple.
Nolan, what's your reaction to Mannion?
Well, to answer Steve, I got a couple pretty ugly texts going off in the group chats right now here in Philly.
No way. I don't believe that at all.
I mean, what would they like, dude?
Yeah.
It could be Dick Vermeil or something, and they'd be like, fuck
Bill
this
Walsh
guy.
has passed away. Sorry. You can't get Bill Walsh.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't get McVay. Yeah. No, I mean,
McVay should have kicked the fucking field goal.
It's obviously a lot of unknowns. Never called plays.
Hey.
And fresh into the business as a coach, 2 years in. We'll see.
Super Bowl.
Because of so much field goal talk this past week, a few electric ones.
Yes.
Longest field goal made, 50.5 yards is the line.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it. Over.
This would be the most fun to watch. Total yardage of made field goals, 135 over under. That's 345 yarders. How fun is that?
It's a little exotic for me.
Chris, give me this. Ready?
Yeah.
Give me your favorite all over a quarter sack.
Okay.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Nah, not as high on that one.
Leonard Williams.
Higher on that one.
Jason.
High on that one.
He's plus 142. Milt.
Very high on that one.
That's what I was thinking. He's plus 147.
Well, he's gonna, and that's one thing we didn't bring up, which is the Bradford matchup, which is a big one for them. And maybe the reason that's plus money is you're thinking, hey, Seattle's gonna say we're not gonna let this guy beat us.
Is Harold Landry gonna play?
I don't know.
I don't think he's played in a couple weeks, right?
No.
Wow. Here you go. Here you go. Over a quarter sack plus 414. Boy, yay.
It's kind of wild, dude. He's gotten kind of eaten up in that big group. I
thought
Will Campbell had some good reps against Benito for somebody who's been really downtrodden. It's crazy. We're talking about a fucking rookie here.
Yeah.
It's like
an AFC championship game on the road.
He played Will Anderson. He played Khalil Mack and Tooley the week before. And do I think he's ever going to be like a Will Anderson level player? No, but like those guys get paid a lot too.
He played against them as a young buck too in college, and I've seen way worse.
Well, here's the deal, dude. Not every tackle is going to match up well with everybody in the fucking league, dude. Everybody has a kryptonite.
There you go.
Even Walter Jones, the great Walter Jones, my teammate James Hall used to beat him sometimes, and Walter Jones was unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like some random guy, dude. Well, in this case, he's just playing the best players in the league. But I thought he did have some better reps against Benito, and obviously it helped to not have to drop back and throw the ball fucking 40 times a game. But Drake's shoulder, we can't go through this without talking about the rumors that he has a shoulder. Is that prevalent?
So we get to see cutlets, maybe?
No, just that it might be affecting his ability to throw the football.
I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
Well,
the old, hey, I can play this game too, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Oblique. Oh, I have an oblique. I'm going to play the game of my life in 10 days.
That news is coming out of New England.
Yeah.
New England is who said, hey, if Drake would not have been a full participant if we had to tell you whether or not he was a participant at practice today, if practice were today.
That's a wild thing to say.
Like, all right.
That's interesting. Cool story.
Yeah.
Cool story, Braves. Not falling for it. Okay. So let's talk about the Bill Belichick thing. So Bill's not first ballot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've gleaned over the last 48 hours. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And my take is the guy has 8 fucking Super Bowls. They put his game plan to beat the Buffalo Bills in the Hall of Fame. Okay? There's been 60 Super Bowls or something, right? He's been involved. He's won 8 of them. He's been involved in like a 6th of them. Okay? I think what's interesting to me, guys, is like when Pete, if it's about Spygate, which I don't think it is. I think it's about he was mean to the media and Bill Polian and Robert Kraft saying we're not letting this fucking guy in this year, and maybe equal parts Ken Anderson and those guys like needing to get in right now. But if it were about Spygate, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, when Pete Rose gambled, they removed him from baseball, right? Mm-hmm. It was a lifetime ban.
Mm-hmm.
If this was something to the effect of legacy defining to where you can't put a guy in the Hall of Fame, then why didn't you just kick him out of the fucking league?
Mm-hmm.
You continue to enjoy his expertise, his greatness, the Patriots dynasty. The league made so much fucking money off that. And then when it comes time to give the guy his due, you're going to say, oh, he's not going to get in this year, which is even dumber. Because if it was something that like compromised the sanctity of the Hall of Fame, then it's got to be so bad that he can't get in the second or third year. What are we doing? Are we proving a point? Like, what the fuck is going on? It's all about hurt feelings, dude. That's what this thing's all about. And for Bill Polian, who alleges that he voted.
Yeah, that's the one thing that doesn't get covered. Polian voted for him.
That's what he says.
The Hall of Fame has now said so, which
Yeah.
I don't know why they're corroborating it.
Because I didn't want to go on my whole Deflategate rant, because in the second half of that fucking ball game, with normally inflated footballs, they beat the dog shit out of Indy, and then they went and played a historically good defense in the Super Bowl with footballs that were between 11.5 and 12.5 PSIs, and move the ball up and down the field on that group. So I don't want to hear anything about Deflategate. As far as Spygate's concerned, though, if it were that bad, then you need to make a decision on whether he gets in the Hall or not. It can't be a, well, not this year thing, maybe next year. Then it couldn't be that fucking bad, could it? I don't understand this thing. I think personal feelings get in the way of like accolades, who should be, who shouldn't, all the time. But this is a really egregious one. And what sucks is I've always wondered what Bill Belichick's Hall of Fame speech would sound like. And now I don't know if we're going to get one. I don't know if we're going to get one that we would have gotten this year if they'd have done the right thing. And I know they just changed the rule, right? And, he'd be lucky to get in a year out because a couple years ago, he'd have to wait 5 years. But, like, this guy's done so much for the game. I don't care how mean he was to media members. If you vote on the Hall of Fame, you should have to make your votes public, dude. You should. Because this is bullshit.
I agree. I think it's a problem in all the Hall of Fames. You brought up Pete Rose. I think baseball's had their problems. Basketball has their problems. And it's brutal. Now, did you read Mike Sando's tweet just about the process of being in the room? Like, I thought that made a lot of sense where the math becomes, but now you're talking about the messages that were going on in the room. I remember having it was one of the most fascinating deals. The Saturday of the Super Bowl, that would be done. And I had Mel Kiper's radio show, and we would get Clayton, who literally walked out of the meeting, and the first thing he did was call us to talk about it. Now, obviously, there wasn't specifics, but I always was blown away at I get the politics of it, because you have these people that are assigned to present a certain person. And it feels very weird. And to your point, there are a lot of feelings in there, and there shouldn't be. You're talking about people that were at the highest level. It's a serious matter. And that was over 20 years ago. We would get Clayton to talk about that. And I just always wondered about the process. And now with this fallout, do you call it flawed? I don't know if flawed's the right word, but it feels like there's a lot more involvement than there should be.
Well, it's such a blatant fuck you.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, it's unbecoming of the NFL, dude. Like, you're supposed to be, this is supposed to be a process that's governed by football, nothing else. In fact, it's in the bylaws of the Hall of Fame. And so the Spygate thing, if that's what's motivating you to make him wait a year, I would go down that road and have that conversation and say, hey, well, then if it's that bad, then don't put him in at all. But you're all going to enjoy. It's like Pete Rose when he died. They're like, oh, well, it'd be nice to profit off Pete Rose's legacy in perpetuity now. I mean, I don't get it. Macon.
Yeah, I think the subjectivity of these gatekeepers is a big part of the problem, because these voters have personal bias, regional loyalties, varying character standards, and it's more a reflection of the person's relationship with the media than their performance on the field or on the sideline. And if you're counting on everybody else to vote for a guy just because you want to do LC Greenwood a solid, well, then the process is also
flawed,
screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it measures not how great somebody was, but how a small committee perceives somebody's narrative, which is inherently subjective. And the ironic part about you're talking about making the league a lot of money. You know what else made the league a lot of money is Spygate and Deflategate. I mean, that stuff was interesting. And if the Hall of Fame is a shrine, that's one thing. If it's a museum, then in theory, it should include everything that the sport entails. It goes without saying it should include the greatest coach. So I don't know the fix. Do we all just agree that there's some non-negotiables, like the greatest coach gets in, we don't need to vote on it?
I don't know, man.
Vote in public.
I don't know. I think also to the same, there's a ton of coaches who don't tell you anything, and they do it with this fake look on their face. And, the NFL is going to run that media till the cows come home. And and honestly, it's less interesting than a guy that doesn't want to fucking be there and is just giving you one-word answers, because neither guy is giving you the answer. Neither guy is up there doing the media dance. One of them is just playing the game better. And so, yeah, to that whole thing with the media, man, like, I don't know what percentage of coaches really give you insightful answers. He at least was like, hey, you know what time it is. You're not getting a fucking thing from me. And the NFL ate that shit up. And they put it on NFL.com and they put it on their NFL Instagram. And you love, the lore of how grumpy he was every time he got up at the podium, man. It just feels like it's a total fuck job. Now he doesn't need this. He doesn't need this shit to validate his career. It's just, it's kind of goofy. It's just goofy. It feels like hurt feelings are making a 75-year-old man wait another year to claim his prize at Dave & Buster's, and he won every fucking game he played at. He's got a fucking 6 bags full of tickets. Come back next week, dude. We don't want to pay you out. It's ridiculous to me, dude. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I do like Bill. I am partial to. I played for Bill. Do I think he's perfect? No. But you can't argue with the fact I've never seen a coach, like I said, that could walk around a field and coach every position better than the position coach. And that was him, save for maybe Scar on that team at offensive line. He was unbelievable. And, well, I'll leave that out. But I will ask, how many guys in the Pro Football Hall of Fame got popped for steroids? Probably, or performance-enhancing drugs at some point.
I have no idea.
My answer is I don't care. Let them in.
We've never cared.
Tell the whole story.
Never cared. We care for a little bit and then we just let it go. And I'm not saying those guys shouldn't be. And what I'm saying is, though, like, if we're talking about cheating is cheating. So, and here's the other one. And Robert Kraft's involved in this thing. It doesn't make a shit. If I had to guess, because Robert Kraft might get in this group, and I know he alleges that, like, hey, you're gonna tell me that he didn't know what was going on in Spygate? So if you're telling me he didn't know what was going on in Spygate, then how much do you think he has to do with them winning football games? And if he did, then isn't he complicit too? I don't understand, dude. I just don't understand. Anyways, the last one we got to talk about is more AFC East shit. It's Joe Brady, man. Joe Brady, head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Here's my take on it, guys. You got a 30-year-old quarterback who a lot of people consider the best in the league right now. Okay, you don't have to like that, but a lot of football people believe that. And the offense has not been the problem over the last couple of years. So to me, maybe they had a big fish in mind that it became apparent they weren't going to land, or maybe they knew all along that they were doing the thing that we often talk about, which is when you're going to lose a guy to another team and be stuck there with a new offensive coordinator, it is more valuable to have the continuity on the side of the ball that's been so important. And so now the huge hire is defensive coordinator. I think that hire is bigger than the offensive or the head coach hire in this case, because the head coach hire is, hey, we're going to go back to being a team that can score 35 points a game. We need to fix the personnel. That is it. Like, and to their roster's so fucking pedestrian to me in spots that I don't know if this is going to even work out.
That's you know what it feels like to me?
What?
Vermeil Dunn and Mike March stepping in.
Oh,
just ride the hot hand. We know what we have, and we're gonna take our strength and make it better. And exactly to your point, what happened to the Rams? They never addressed personnel.
Yep.
Never did. I remember what was it, Azakeem he was one of the first guys to go. Marshall, the mileage on the tires, Kurt, there's just the whole deal. It just feels like in this world where everybody just loves offense, and I was thinking that they needed a change, just because I know you're not supposed to get your read, but they needed more personality. They need more of a head coach dynamic than McDermott. I get it; he's a great defensive mind, but I just wonder if his message or lack of creativity in messages got old and got stale. And to your point, I wondered, would Dable be the possibility, knowing he had head coaching experience and it didn't work out? But, I believe Josh's best numbers were still under Dable. I'm not positive on that, but this feels like Mike Martz to me, with just riding the hot hand of who's the most positive guy in our building. It's our offense. It's our offense coordinator. Make him the hire.
Well, when did Diggs leave Buffalo? I'm trying to remember what year that was. It was 24. So you got what? Parts of 1 year? Oh, because I remember when Joe Brady took over, the Diggs usage went down. It became obvious that they were trying to run the offense through tight ends and that sort of thing. So that was the back half of 23 when Dorsey got let go. So I would just make the argument on the Dable thing, like
slam the headset.
Yeah, I would say with Dable, I mean, they had Diggs, prime Diggs, and so I look at this offense since then, and they certainly pivoted, but I don't think they've had a ton of talent outside, and that's and not to just continue to make excuses for Josh, but I like you got to call it what it is, man. Like if you don't fix that, it ain't gonna fucking matter. If you don't fix the defense, you look at the list of unrestricted free agents they have heading into 26, Bosa, Slay, Daquan Jones, Matt Milano, AJ Epinesa, Trey White, DeMar Hamlin, Connor McGovern, David Edwards, Mitch Trubisky, Brandon Cooks. It's not that bad because they don't have a lot of great players. That's the funny thing, dude. Like it could be worse, not with this roster, because there's not really that many great players. This is going to be such an important draft for them. It's insane how important this draft is, because if they fumble this draft or next year's draft, you are legitimately going to waste a Hall of Fame talent at quarterback. And I believe in Joe Brady, the offensive mind. I don't know what kind of head coach he is. I think people love Sean McDermott and the whole thing, but it is kind of wild to think about Joe Brady's ascension. I remember wasn't too long ago we were watching him call plays in
LSU
down at that game, and then you end up in Carolina. Off of that, it doesn't go well. You land back on your feet in Buffalo with Josh Allen, and here you are, head coach in the National Football League.
Bills offensive lineman Alec Anderson on Joe Brady. Quote, he wants us to know that we don't have to have our assholes so tight around him all the time. We can go walk around and be our personalities, end quote.
There you go.
So, breath of fresh air while not having to worry about the system being overhauled.
And the Bills go from former William and Mary safety to former William and Mary wide receiver.
Wow.
Whoa, Reed with the Nuggets.
Tribe pride.
Chicken nuggies, dude.
And our guy walked into the facility in black T-shirt, black gym shorts, chain hanging out the T-shirt, sneakers this morning, 12 degrees. That's not nothing.
When you Google top defensive coordinator candidates, this is Google. Jim Leonard, Wink Martindale. Kind of fun. You think about how you can beat teams when you're kind of talentless. You blitz the fuck out of them. Brian Flores, but he's staying in Minnesota. Zach Orr. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the feeder system for defensive coordinators. So I'm going to ask Grok, who should
the Bills hire?
The Buffalo Bills hire at defensive coordinator? Bill Belichick, dude. If they're not going to put him in the fucking Hall of Fame, come out of retirement. You get to play the Patriots twice a year. You like defenses that are I mean, we were the number one defense, I think, in 2016. I don't think we were that talented. And there's not enough good players to be like, oh, we need to build the scheme around this guy or this guy. You could just fucking play whatever you want.
You know who's without a job is Jim Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz
says.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz could end up there. I thought he might. Yeah. Well, Okay, yeah. Top reported candidates: Jim Leonard again, Broncos pass game coordinator. Man, they were pretty good. Wonder why. Jim Schwartz, former Bills defensive coordinator. Raheem Morris. I don't hate the Raheem Morris thing. All right. We'll figure this out another day. But
plenty to talk about.
Plenty to talk about, man. And I love talking about it. You know, it's the best job in the world.
You love being on the West Coast, too. Can't wait to see you, bud.
Oh, man, dude. I cannot wait to see you, Steve. All my best friends in one place.
Post Pro Bowl beers for sure, Tuesday.
Rosillo texted me. You think Rosillo's going to be up there?
Who knows, man? He just got to tell what the jet when he wants to leave.
Tell the jet when to leave. Yeah, he's kind of in that echelon now, huh?
Oh, I think he's
getting that cheddar cheese.
I wonder if he could drive his boat up.
Yo, it's so funny, dude. I went to a Wizards game recently with Luke. By the way, they were asking when Steve and Scott going to come to a game. So we got to go to a game. They treat you like kings, dude.
The Wizards are the best, man.
There's nobody in the stadium right now because they're building.
Yeah.
So you can get in on the ground floor. I mean, you know, you guys are fine because you're like DC legends already. But like me, it's a 2-hour drive, and they kind of treat me like I used to play for the Wizards, man.
There
it's
you
fucking
go.
awesome, dude.
Hell yeah.
We got to go to a Wizards game. But the president, Winger,
Winger's
evidently great guy. Shout out. Also, shout out to Chris with the Wizards. You know who you are. Winger went to boat school with Rosillo.
Yes.
That's how they met.
That's how I met Winger. He was eating lunch, and I went to lunch with Rosillo in Manhattan Beach when he was with the Clippers.
Is that so good or what?
Yeah. Boat school.
That's so awesome. Last thing, guys. Do you remember the show Strange Addictions?
No.
Oh, we need to watch. Bro, I was watching. Y'all producers, you remember that show, yeah?
They're young.
Cowboy Reed, you remember that fucking show.
I've never heard of that show.
Dog, it's just all people that are addicted to stupid shit. Like I was watching with the kids last night. This lady was addicted to eating toilet paper.
Oh God.
And they staged an intervention. It was her mom met her at a diner. It was like, when are you going to stop eating tissue paper? Supposedly she's eaten over 1,200 rolls in her lifetime, dude. She likes the 2-ply because it's easier to digest. I shit you not. It's the greatest show of all time. Guys, go on Paramount or fucking wherever. I think it was Amazon Prime. Watch you some Strange Addiction tonight. That's my parting shot.
Don't get you some strange addictions. Just watch it.
No, there was a woman that was like eating couch cushions.
Oh, come on.
Season 1, eats toilet paper, eats cleanser, eats
what
detergent,
year?
hair puller.
This is back in the golden era of like TV and being alive. This is like the early
2011.
Yeah, or mid-odds.
Early teens? Is that what the kids call it?
Early teens.
Season 1, episode 8 is Married to a Doll.
All right, that's time to go. I can't even say anything. I was so bored last night at 2:30 in the morning, not realizing go to bed, and I started watching the group of artists that built an apartment in the Providence Mall on Netflix.
What, dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
people are saying that's legit though.
Oh yeah, they did it.
You can watch whatever you want when your kids have been home for 4 fucking days.
I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Is school canceled tomorrow, Macon?
We're on to delay Monday.
1 hour delay tomorrow. Kids
They're going back to school?
Yeah.
Screw you guys.
High five, mate.
See ya.
But more snow on the way.
Yeah, we're not getting that snow.
We're not getting it. Take care.
Love you guys.